Are you starting to question your reality? Are you starting to doubt the beliefs that you inherited from your parents or your friends? Are you starting to see that the life you've been living isn't the life you should be living? These are all questions we start to ask ourselves at the start of our spiritual awakening. My name is Angela Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach and I specialise in healing after narcissistic abuse. When people hear the term spiritual awakening or ascension, they get a bit confused or they think it's very woo-woo or esoteric. But we're all spiritual beings living a human experience. We're all souls within these bodies. So we are effectively all spiritual. We all have spiritual gifts. We all have spiritual abilities. But because of generations of brainwashing and the way society has lived, we have been led to suppress our true power. We have been led to believe that spirituality or psychic abilities or living from the soul is crazy. And that anyone, that doesn't follow the rules is crazy. But you see, we're all powerful beings. And this is why society has controlled us for so long. The white man came in and started to create divide. In Egyptian times, back in India and China, they all lived from the soul. They learned meditation, they connected to source, the universe, God, and they lived spiritual lives. But religion then was created to gain control over the people, to put fear in the people. But spiritual awakening it's not outside of us. You know what I mean? What it really is starting to understand or remember the truth within our soul. And that's it. It's the truth that's always been there. We've reincarnated lifetime after lifetime, living and learning the human experience. But we're here now to change things, to shake things up again. The whole planet is going through a mass spiritual awakening. Now, not everyone is, because a lot of people still remain stuck in that 3D world. But if you're starting to question why you're here, if you're starting to question your purpose, if you're starting to question your belief system, say religious beliefs or any kind of cultural beliefs that you have, if you're starting to question that, this is awakening to the truth that is already there. We are remembering who we truly are. And that's what it is. It's not some woo-woo stuff. And yes, we all have spiritual powers and abilities, but you see, this is the problem. Because of society, because of brainwashing, because of our upbringing, because of certain belief systems, we've been led to believe that spirituality, meditation, psychic abilities are all crazy. And a lot of the time people don't believe psychics. Now, don't get me wrong, there are frauds out there, I understand that. But we all have intuition. We all have the ability to see clearly, to hear clearly, and to connect with source, connect with divine, connect with our angels, connect with God. We all have that ability. We're not, it's not outside of us. You know what I mean? And I've seen this, with such skeptics being against psychics or against mediums. And, I've believed my whole life, and I've even had skeptics in my life making me doubt. And I'm just like, no, this is fucking real. You know what I mean? We're all spiritual beings, and it's because of this brainwashing, it's because of this conditioning that makes us believe something different. And this is why awakening is so beautiful. We're awakening to the truth. Now, it's hard. Spiritual awakening is hard because we're shedding so much. Imagine going your whole life. Well, obviously, if you're going through one yourself, this. You're going your whole life believing one thing. You're going your whole life down this route that's not for you. Believing certain ways, following certain rules, conditioned into this mindset of lack, fear, greed, anger, hate, settling for less, working being a slave to the fucking system. not following your heart, not following your dreams, not following your truth. And it's uncomfortable. This is why we get anxiety and depression. It's because we're living this fucked up life and our soul is screaming at us, kind of, Jesus, will you wake up? This is not real. This is not real. We have been living a false reality for so long. And that's the thing. It's about escaping the matrix, so you can take away, if you're not, ready to accept the psychic side of things or the spiritual side of things just yet. Think of it this way. You're escaping the lies. You're escaping the conditioning. You're escaping the world, the false reality that we've been forced into by a controlling, negative, dark society. And that's what it is. We're here to wake up to the truth and show others that we can live in love, that we can live in happiness, abundance, that we don't have to settle, that we don't have to do what everyone else fucking does. We don't have to be a sheep anymore. You know what I mean? This is why a lot of people who spiritually awaken first, we're the black sheep of the family. We're the outcasts. We're the ones that are different. We're the ones that don't feel accepted. We don't feel like we fit in. And like our whole lives we felt different. Our whole lives we felt that we didn't fit into the boxes of everyone else. Like, and even in school for me, like, there was the jocks, there was the geeks, there was the girls, the brainy girls, the book smart girls, or whatever, Barbie girls, if you want to call them that. There was, the quiet girls. And I was in the group with, the mix, the boys, the girls, the freaks, we'll call it. The weirdos, the stoners, if you want. I was in the outcast group, the misfits. Yeah, the misfits. I love it, actually. I was always not, like, when I was in primary school, it was different. I was in a group of girls that were, actually, I had two different groups of girls. I fit in both places. But in secondary school, when I started to come into my own, I was in the misfit group, the outcast group. And I was so proud of that because we were different. We were good different. People probably thought we were freaks and weirdos, but Jesus Christ, I'd rather be weird than fit into somebody else's box. You know what I mean? I don't want to be fitting into the norm, as they call it. I was always proud to be different. I always resonated with the word freak because I don't want to be the same as everyone else. A lot of the time when we awaken first, we're the first people in our group or friends, family to awaken, and we're usually the black sheep anyway. We're usually the ones that don't feel comfortable anyway. We're usually the ones that are kind of like, rebelling early on in life or going against our parents' beliefs or views. We choose early in life to follow our own path, and that looks unconventional. And a lot of the time our family will try and hold us back or try and pull us back into this world that they live in. But this is why we're here. We're here to question it. We're here to ask why. We're not, like, come on, like, this is what bugs me. Like, these people living in that box, do you really think this is all there is? Do you really think beyond the Milky Way that there's fucking nothing? There's a fucking wall. And that's all we are, is here to be monkeys, to be slaves to a system, work a fucking, follow the rules, be controlled from birth, go to school, be controlled, have a 9-to-5 job, be controlled, work the corporate ladder, be controlled, build a house beside your mother, marry a fucking girl that looks good, or the girl or the boy that looks good to your parents, and this is your happy ever after. Do you think that's all there fucking is? We're more than that. There is magic in this world, and we're here to bring that back. This is what awakening is. It's awakening to the truth. It's shedding those layers of conditioning. It's shedding those lies. It's shedding those false beliefs, and remembering that we are all powerful spiritual beings living a human experience. We're here to change humanity as we know it. We're here to move from that greed, lack, fear, hate, mundane, boring, black and white, depressing existence into a higher frequency of love and light, of abundance, of opportunities. We don't have to settle anymore. Like, you know, this is why, like, you know, people, midlife crisis. It's not a fucking midlife crisis. It's waking up to the truth that you lived a fucking life that was mapped out for you by someone else. And you're kind of going, shit, you know, maybe that wasn't what I wanted. You know, because people do the whole whatever, like, you know, the job, the house, the family thing. And then they're kind of questioning, like, they do it because society tells you this is what will make you happy. This is what everyone else fucking does. So why don't you do it? And then you do it, and then you get to the stage where you're like, oh my God, I'm not happy. I'm just suffering from anxiety. I'm suffering from depression. Why am I not happy? Because you didn't live in accordance with your soul. And that's why I believe that we have anxiety and depression. This is why I believe I had anxiety. Well, I had anxiety and depression as well due to a traumatic childhood. A lot of the time, though, the ones to awaken first actually have had traumatic childhoods of some kind. And most of us, anyway, have wounded inner child issues because something in our childhood would have felt traumatic unconsciously. Even if you think you grew up in a happy and healthy home, there was something there, whether it was the strict regime or the religious beliefs or being stuck in a conditioned household. This would lead to uneasiness within. Your soul is screaming at you to fucking wake the fuck up. And that's all it is. It's like literally waking up to the truth. This is not all there is, you know, and we're moving into a better way of living. And, you know, this is why we're all awakening at this time. To change the way humanity lives, to change the way we live and love. And that's the thing. People have forgotten how to love. And that's why it's awakening is so important as well. We should all be loving ourselves and loving each other unconditionally. But we've turned into people of hate and greed, of jealousy. We're envious of the next person. We're in competition with each other because of society. Thankfully, that's changing, like, you know, and this is between, you know, men, women, everything. We were all pitting against each other because this is what we felt we had to do to win. But we should all be living in love. And that was hard as well because, you know, growing up as well, we've been taught, you know, you can't love yourself because it's vain. You can't have pride. You can't look after yourself or choose yourself first because it's selfish. You have to do everything for everyone else. You know what I mean? And so we've never been taught how to love ourselves. You know, we haven't been taught that that's healthy. We've been taught that that's unhealthy. You know, and it all starts from within. We have to unconditionally love ourselves first to be able to love everything else and everyone else. And this is the reason for our awakening as well, is to teach each other how to love again. And that's what it is. Teach each other how to respect each other. Teach each other that we're not in competition. We're all just trying to walk each other home. We're all here to help each other and guide each other. You know, and I remember, like, you know, even like us Irish people, we do anything for everyone. And that's what, like, you know, to the detriment of ourselves, really. Do you know what I mean? We look after other people before we look after ourselves. You know, and I've worked with different cultures and they wouldn't have been used to that. And, you know, it's amazing to see it. But even to be around those people and to show them how I lived helps them to open up and be more, I suppose, you know, the way we were, as in, like, you know, guiding each other. And that's what it is. It's like, you know, obviously we need to look after ourselves first. And I'm not saying, you know, go out, you know, it has to be balanced. But this is what we're here for. We're here to help and guide each other. We're here to love each other. And we're here not to fucking settle. You know, you don't have to settle for mediocre. You don't have to settle for that life anymore. You don't have to settle for somebody your parents want you to marry. You don't have to settle for a job your parents want you to do. You don't have to live somewhere your parents want you to live. You don't have to follow the routines or the fucking cycles of past generations. You're here to change it up. You're here to make life I don't know, exciting again. You know, we're here to awaken to the truth. And that's all it is. It's awakening to our authenticity. It's not following the fucking rest of the sheep. They're all walking off a cliff. Are you going to go with them? Because that's all it is. They're living in zombie mode, following the fucking system, the false system. Do you really want to follow that shit? Like, you know, living in truth, living in authenticity, living in your true power, your true essence. This is what we want. We want that uniqueness. Like, you don't want everyone, like, and there's so many people in this world, they're the exact same. You see the same person over and over and over and over again in different bodies. And you're like, this is just, it's too much. We need to see more uniqueness. And this is what awakening is. It's awakening to who you truly are. It's awakening to shedding those lies. It's following a path in alignment with your soul and not the path that's been forced into you. So it's, you know, like as we awaken as well, we do, our spiritual abilities, our intuition does enhance. But that's not really what I want to speak about today. I'm just speaking about escaping the lies, escaping that falsity. It's like a cult mentality in a sense. Do you know what I mean? It's escaping that box. Burn the fucking box. Get out of the fucking box. You don't fit in that box. We never fit in that box. You know, and we're here, we're the way shores. We're usually the only one of our group, our environment, our family to awaken. We're the black sheep, we're the outcasts. But we have to follow our truth. We have to be that guide for humanity. We may not be able to bring the people in our close environment with us, but we're here to help the next person. So follow your truth. Question that reality. Ask yourself, do you believe what they believe? Or do you believe something different? And then do that research. Find out why you're here. Shed that conditioning. Shed the layers that you have been, the layers of lies that you've been conditioned into believing for so long. Find the truth within who you are and discover why you're really here. Because we're all here for a divine mission. We're all here for higher purpose. We're all here to guide and help humanity into a way of loving and a way of living authentically, rather than living in that old way and in that old system. So if you're starting to question your reality, if you're starting to question your beliefs, if you're starting to see that the path you're on is not really in alignment with who you truly are, this is what awakening is. It's just awakening to who you really are and why you are here. Because you're here for more. You're not here to follow the sheep off that cliff. You're not. We are not here to follow the sheep off the cliff. We're here to fucking follow our truth. To listen to our souls. To listen to the guidance from the universe, from God, from our angels. And to discover our purpose on this planet. Because we are spiritual beings living a human experience. We are here to question the status quo. We are here to escape the matrix. And we are here to live a life of authenticity. So follow that truth. Find the answers to those questions. And find out who you truly are and why you're truly here. Because that's what awakening is. That's all. It's finding out the truth within your soul. So thank you so much for listening today, and I really hope this resonates. If it does, please like and share, and please subscribe to my channel so I can reach as many people as possible. And if you would like help on your journey, please book me for a discovery call today, and I would love nothing more than to help you on your path.